Yo, what's up ladies and gentlemen, good to see you again. And if you watched yesterday's video, you'll know that we played against Whitebeard, and that was my man Jacob here that's also playing the OP01 blue Doflamingo. And we ended up getting a couple of games on this day. We got a Whitebeard match, a Doflamingo match, as well as a yellow Charlotte LinLin match. So in this video I just got the Doflamingo and the LinLin all kind of spliced together, and he does start off turn one though playing Doffy, gets down the Perona, finds a bit of an interesting hand. He says, I am not liking it, I'm bottom decking it, it's gone. I was like, oh, okay, well, I will play brand new then, and I'll raise you one. I'll pick up my Borsalino and I'll trash that Tashigi and Hina. Get it out of here. But I end up cycling out one of my Luchis. I had two in hand, but just didn't feel like I needed that. I needed a little bit of counter power. But he does go with the 7k swing. Unfortunately, doesn't get the top deck. Gets the 3000 worlds right there as the top card of the deck, so no ability as well. But with Fordon, I am just going to hit him with a 5k swing. He takes, and now I'll just play Kuzan. I know that it's going to get removed. I'm really just looking for card cycle, just trying to get some different cards in hand. So I'll take this time while I've got him like a little bit down because of the miss on the Perona. But we see a 6k swing into life. We'll just trash the Tashigi to counter out of that. Losing my Kuzan, but totally fine with it in the process. We basically got a free turn out of that. And now we're getting closer to those later dawn stages where I can start, you know, really putting on the pressure. And now we've got brand new going to search out a Suru. Unfortunately, getting rid of my Sabo there. I do think that those 6k blockers are so nice in this matchup, and I think that that's why I'm going to go ahead and get that Borsalino down, because now for every 7k swing that we get with leader ability, I am for sure just going to be resting the Borsalino and countering out for 2k. We do end up getting a law hit right there, but now with the Borsalino, just pitch the Suru, getting out of that. 3 Dawn left. He is going to rest 3 and ends up using the Doflamingo. A little bit backwards than what I was expecting. I was honestly expecting him to more likely use that first, then use leader ability. But I think he was just taking a bit of a gamble and changed up his plans as to what he was going for this turn. Sadly, bottom decking the 5 again. So not the best start for Doflamingo, and I definitely think we can capitalize here, but I'm going to try and get that 7 cost Borsalino down, but I know that 9 cost Mihawk is right around the corner, so no matter what I put down, it's realistically just going to get bottom decked, which is a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. I'm just going to swing 6, lowering down the Doflamingo so he does block with that, and then putting down Borsalino. I kind of knew that I was playing into this, but 9 cost Mihawk just does the thing, and it's going to get rid of, it's 100% going to get rid of my Borsalino. So I'll just block right there, and then yeah, I had picked it up already. I was like, yo, I know what's coming, just go ahead and do it. But I did want to get all the cards off of his board just for future turns. Me having what I have now, I'm like, okay, I think we've definitely got some room to work here to get rid of. Oh, whoa, I hate it. I got rid of Houndblaze. Oh no. Oh, I hate it. In this matchup, Houndblaze goes so hard. What am I doing? Am I throwing right now? Oh boy, we pitched the Houndblaze. I did pick up Ice Age, which is great for being able to deal with the Mihawk. However, it is definitely kind of downgraded because of getting rid of Houndblaze. I know that I probably have another one in hand, but I still not a super big fan of that at the moment, if I'm being completely honest. I'm gonna go 5k, and I realized, oh yeah, I realized at this point that I had messed up. I had messed up. I was like, oh man, I was going to use, I believe, like 7-cost Borsellino or something like that. So I had to pivot, and I got rid of that Houndblaze. So that was like immediate loss for me. I was like, uh-oh, we are not looking good. Time to get back into, you know, the swing of things. But sadly, that was a really, really bad choice on our part. We are going to see a 7k swing. He is going to get that Gecko Moria down. How cool would Houndblaze be right now? I'm sorry, I'm just making fun of myself. I'll go ahead and block with the Rebecca here, and Soge King just goes ahead and bounces back my goes ahead and bounces back my Borsellino. So now we're in a even worse spot than we were already. Yeah, I have Lucci to be able to play, but Lucci does me no good in this situation. I mean, we have the opportunity to play Rebecca, lowering the Gecko Moria, or excuse me, lowering the Mihawk with Houndblaze. Oh my god, with Hina, and then using Ice Age on. Yeah, and I think that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna lower that down to 4. Now I'm gonna play Rebecca, bring back the Hina, and then Lucci into that. That's what I'm assuming, but I do think that I should have went a 6k into the Gecko Moria first. But I do choose the Houndblaze here, bringing leader up to 8. I'll go 8 into the Gecko Moria. I really do think that I should have went a bit harder, because leaving this card up ends up being very painful for me. I don't have a lot of counter power in hand, and now I'm just going to go 6k into life. I get him into a KO range, but it's still like, oof. I'm not ecstatic about how we played this out a little bit. I really needed to get rid of that Moria just to have, you know, one less swing to deal with. And now he's going to play the 4-cost Moria, picking up the Doflamingo blocker, though, setting up the top of his deck. He can definitely use leader ability here for a nice 7k push. It's going to go into Hina more than likely, and will also be able to... He's going to also be able to get another body onto board after just establishing, you know, such a nice board. He gets the 2k counter Mihawk down. I've lost everything. We are down bad. We're trying to figure out our life right now, but it's not going too well. I pitched that, what do you call it? I sadly pitched the, I can't even remember the name of it. The Houndblaze, and I really do think that it's starting to bite me right here. And it's unfortunate that it is what it is, but, you know, lesson learned for sure. I'm going to get Lucci down, though, to KO the blocker. I want to make sure that I have an opportunity to go for game the following turn. I've only got 3 Dawn to work with, though, so I'm going to probably just attach all 3 Dawn here into... I'm just trying to decide whether I want to go life or into the Moria, and I hate this. I go into the Moria. I feel like I really made poor decisions towards the end of this match. I think that going life here while we have 3 on board, yes, he has a lot of attacks to go at us the following turn, but we also have like the opportunity to be able to defend ourselves with the counter power in hand and in life. And yeah, now I've not really given myself an out, because we're going to see a 7k swing at life. I'm going to get Greater Eruption, ask him to trash a card, gets rid of Red Rock, but another 7k swing. I've got 3 more 5ks as well as all the Dawn that he's going to attach to these. It's not looking too good. Unfortunately, Ice Age is a terrible card to get off of life. Just non-counter power out of life so far. Karma is biting us for not utilizing Houndblaze when we should have. I'll pitch 3 1ks though to get out of this 7k swing. We'll see another 7k here. I am just going to take it, and we do pick up Suru at least. We pick up Suru at least. But he's got 3 Dawn left. He is just going to attach all 3, and all I had was a 2k and a 1k, so super sad. I thought we were looking pretty safe there, but definitely some big mistakes on my part. You know, that's the beauty of learning the deck, though, is just trying to figure out where I can capitalize on those mistakes in the future, because definitely don't want to be doing that all too often. But going into the second match, we end up going into LinLin here, and this is Jacob's bread and butter. This is what he runs like all day long. He doesn't know anything other than, no, I'm just kidding. He really does like LinLin though. That's his thing. And I know he'll laugh when he's hearing this. But Sparrow getting picked up off of the pudding. We're gonna go up to 2 Dawn. I don't believe I have the brand. Oh no, I do. I didn't see it in hand. I had the brand new. Let's go. Unfortunately, I'm trying to decide between a Suru and a Hina right now, though. I know not everybody wants to pick up a Hina, but sometimes there are just those moments where putting that card down is, God, it's good. But I don't want to hard play it simply because we are on the even curve. Even curves doesn't feel great to hard play it until you're at probably about 10 Dawn, if I'm being honest with you. But odds, sometimes it is really nice to get that down. And I will use the Hound Blaze on, brand new here. He does get the cracker off that first life, and then he gets a Sanji, and I'm like, good God, this is a match against yellow right here. It's like I'm gonna have to do my best to try and survive, because that's a pretty good start off of life. Now, a 5k cracker swing into brand new, I'm gonna take that all day. I was like, okay, yeah, as long as there's not like a thunderbolt into double attack with cracker, we might be okay. But luckily, we kind of dodged that bullet. He has enough to use leader ability this turn, though. We are going to see Sanji just swinging for 5. And now I know that leader ability is probably right around the corner, so I will just counter out of this one. We'll see the 7k swing. He'll take that bottom life and then set up a top. And just remember that for the rest of this match, because he does basically get to set up a lot of his life over the following turns. And he knows going into future turns that he's got every single card mapped out. And it becomes a nuisance to deal with. We are going to see a 5k swing, though, into Sanji, bringing down the Sparrow. I've got that Hound Blaze to get that Sparrow out of here. And then I'll swing 6 into the Sanji. Luckily, lets it go, but we've got him down to 2 cards in hand, so I'm happy. I'm just trying to think, with 4 Dawn left, I would love, obviously, to get rid of the cracker. I don't believe we have the removal, though, just with that much Dawn, so I am just going to play the Kuzan. And I think we just pass here. Oh, no, I actually cycled the Borsalino. Yeah, and I'll just pass it over. It looks like we might have picked up a 7-cost Borsalino as well. Saving that for when 10-cost or maybe even 7-cost LinLin comes down can be very useful. And it looks like he does find the 7-cost here. Fortunate for us, though, he can't play it, so I'm happy about it. You know, if he was on the evens, this would have been a pretty ugly turn for us. But second pudding coming down is going to, it looks like, find a Sanji right here. But also could potentially take Thunderbolt for leader ability. Does like the Sanji. Just going to take that real fast. Now I know that the hand has 7-cost LinLin, as well as that Sanji in it. These are the cards I'm expecting to be okay. I'm like, all right, some of these can be put into life if they're not being played. If Sanji gets played here, then I'm not super, aware of what could potentially be in life. But he does take that bottom and puts another card on top. I'm assuming it's Sanji at this point. I'm like, okay, you just picked this up off the search. It's got to be, right? But I guess we'll just find out in the future. Now I'm going to go 5 into Cracker here, bringing down Cracker to a 0-cost. He can counter out with the Sanji, but that is pretty annoying. Especially with it being at 0, he knows that it's more than likely just going to die anyways. I'll go 5 into the pudding, and he was like, well, I want to keep the alt-arts on the board, so I'll just let the non-alt-art die. I was like, okay, that's fair. And looks like I'm realigning my trash a little bit, and I'm gonna go ahead and play Lucci to get both the puddings out of the way, and I will recycle a card. I don't shoot, I might have forgot to put the 3 cards to the bottom of the deck. That's something all right, so we're going to use Rebecca. Do I remember to put the 3 cards to the bottom of the deck? That is important. I'm going to take back this, and I'm not going to play it. No, I didn't. Oh, what's wrong with me, man? I'm such a jabroni. Luckily, though, a lot of the times in this stage of the game, when you have like 15, 20 cards in your trash, it's not the biggest deal, but it is something that in a lot of these matches that I've been uploading. Oh, by the way, all of these were recorded on one day. It's not like they were recorded on separate days. I did end up making some of these mistakes, and it's kind of hard to rewatch over some of them and be like, man, all right, no more making that mistake, because this was I think this was actually the second day that I was able to play with some friends using the cards that actually in person, you know what I mean? Versus just playing over the simulator like I have been doing. I am going to go 6 here. We get the Sanji. And now I might pivot just a little bit. I'm going to go 5, bringing this down to 2. And now this looks like a Hina into a Rob Lucci type play. But I don't know if we have Lucci. Or maybe Hina. Yeah, so we still have 10 Dawn. It could have been... I don't know if I have Rebecca. Yeah, and I'll just trash the Houndblaze, getting rid of 7-cost LinLin. And I realized that I actually misplayed that. I was supposed to use Houndblaze first with Rob Lucci, but he ended up taking the hit, so it's not like it really mattered all too much. But now we've got 10-cost LinLin on board. I am going to have to trash a card to get out of the 5k swing, so there goes Kobe. Always love to have Kobe for getting rid of LinLin, and I think if I remember correctly in this match, I actually was a little nervous because of trashing Kobe, that I didn't have an answer to Big Mom, but with the cards in my hand, we're actually looking pretty good. The only issue was I didn't have a second blocker to put on the board, so my concern was if we did play into 2000 bolts Amaru, that's a little scary. So 5k swing, bringing LinLin down to 6 here. He is going to take and uses Beji on leader, if I remember correctly. So that way I can't get the -1 from lead. I don't think it was really relevant for me at this exact moment, so just going to bring her down to 4 with Greater Eruption. Looks like we do end up finding a Rebecca, though, which is pretty nice. Sadly, can't play both blockers now, though, that I've used 3 Dawn. And I think I'm just going to have to drop a Suru. Yeah, looking like we're going to drop a Suru. 6 Dawn remaining. I can still use 2 for Houndblaze. I'm going to bring brand new up here to 6. And I'm just going to go ahead and swing... Am I going to swing 6 with the brand new? Also, was this just like a massive misplay? Did I just play the brand new? I think I go 6 with Rob Lucci. He does take. I can't remember if I actually played... Oh, I think I remembered that I just played the brand new and I didn't end up swinging with it. I was like, oh, yeah, that was my own fault. So, I just kept the 3 on it and called it a day. And I passed it over. That's right. I was like, oh, I'm an idiot. I was like, I just played this, but I'll just keep it there because, you know, it's my own misplay and I'm trying to get better about doing that. Now we've got the LinLin out of the way. We don't have any life, so 2 million volts Amaru is the card that ends up just KOing us here. But if he doesn't have it, it is 100% game. We're looking solid. I kind of have to put my opponent on having the card, and since he's been at like 1 to 2 cards in hand the whole time, I feel... I wouldn't say confident, but like okay about my chances. And now we'll see. It looks like a 10k swing using leader ability is going to put a card back into life, and then plays just hard plays the Charlotte smoothie right there. And now we've got 1 life to worry about. That makes this easy. I'll just go 9k with Borsalino. He does get the Veggie, but it doesn't matter. We'll just swing with Kuzan and take the game right there. Obviously, a little bit of misplays, and that's where we're trying to post these videos so that I can highlight my own mistakes, try and get better as we go through it. And I'm having a blast though, man. This deck and this set has been so much fun to play through. But I hope you guys enjoyed it as always, and I'll see y'all in the next one, okay? Peace.